100%. Yeah, they're gonna be giving it their all. I have absolutely no doubt about that. I know all players will do when they get on that stage. It's gonna be a tough one for sure for Gen.G, and Optic Gaming a massive potential to really show us what they're made of. Day one here in a tournament on a weekend. So let's see how this start happens for them. Will it be hot? Will it be cold? We'll find out. Lads, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Lars. It's time for us to get into the action by the sounds of things, and looking forward to doing so. Our first look at Optic Gaming, our champions from Arlington. Like we've mentioned, like we've talked about, and like you would have heard a lot of times repeated, either online or on the broadcast, breaking that curse, getting that championship back under their belt, and coming into this event as many people's favorites to go on and pick up a second consecutive one. On the other side of the stage, Gen.G, a team who, littered through Halo history, certainly has some players who have caused some upsets, but this is going to be a tall, tall test for them here. And
yeah, you see also Fortress making a return in the series as well. It was Aqua Bomb in that first series back in Arlington. This time it's going to be Fortress Bomb, but we're starting things off with King of the Hill on Solitude shortly. And I tell you what, for the side of Gen, what's that? I was going to say, you know what's funny is you might have noticed from our booth when we're seated on the couches, I couldn't tell exactly how many people are in here just yet, but guess what? Optic Gaming takes the stage at DreamHack, and we become standing room only very quickly. People joining from across the venue. Great to have all of you with us here in the room at the festival, as well as joining from around the world. You know, when this team takes the stage, everyone seems to make sure they're watching here as we get ready to jump right into the game.
Well, here we go then, everybody. Optic Gaming on our screens for the first time here. Pool A is where we find ourselves. Gen.G looking to cause the upset, and maybe they've taken a little bit of inspiration from what we saw from Envy a bit later, showing that anyone can win a big series here. But Breakingshot was some beautiful and perfect, thanks to the star and the kill feed shots to start things off. It's been a pretty good start here for Gen.G.
You can tell we've all been there. Legend looks away, thought he had the kill easy. Instead, the kill doesn't get registered. He pays twice. Now some early points on the board here for the side of Gen.G, as you say, and that's nice pressure from RyaNoob to pick up a third as well. It's a triple now, and honestly, with that set of kills and 4 dead, this actually could be the first hill. There's going to need to be immediate driveway pressure, or at least soda pressure coming in from Optic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, they've got one more push here, Optic, if they want to make this push, or if they think about giving it up and rotating away. KingNick with that first pick. He's probably giving the indication that Optic should give this one up, but they do somehow manage to break through, even with that first pick going the way of Gen.G. Optic has broken, and Optic will stop this point going the way of Gen.G.
Like you say, especially with the first pick coming in from Common.
Surprising.
That should not have been a possible break, so that already tells us that Optic Gaming is making things happen from disadvantageous positions. This hill still has a lot of time left to play. Uh-oh.
Former last alive though, and it looks like even though Gen.G may have misstepped a few moments ago, they're going to correct that mistake, and they will get that first point on the board. So even though Formal's starting to hit headshots, Optic are chasing the game early here. It's a killing spree for him. Breakingshot gets his neck broken.
The crowd getting loud as well, and there's a heavy presence, and every seat filled for a reason. They want to see this man pop off, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Off the back of the run, it looks like the rotation is still being fought for by both teams, and it's going to be Gen.G who get 3 dead on the Optic side again. Bound last alive, trying to escape, trying to buy a bit of time, but Common's chasing him down, and trade in this situation would be good enough, but somehow Bound does even better than that, as last player alive survives, gets a kill, and Optic get back on the map, but it's going to be Gen.G who stand inside of that second hill.
Interesting series of events here. Take a look at the numbers. You've already got 7 and 4 for RyaNoob, formerly on their side, 7 and 3, but as we said, that hill a pretty convincing one. We'll see what Renegade can do here. Fights off a trade and hopes to hold off the blue pressure.
All the spawns are staggered here, and they are all collectively happening in and around blue for Gen.G. So if Optic Gaming can get in around that hill and force them to these choke points, they should be able to not only gather some time here, but pick up the necessary slays to keep Gen.G at bay. Bound trying to push forward to put some more pressure on. Has that thrust as well, just to back out of these fights. Gen.G is going to try and brute force their way through. And should just about be able to manage to do so. Renegade is trying to clear out these last players in the hill, but you have to say Gen.G done a great job there just to force Optic out of that hill.
Yeah, Renegade has done very well through this. We're going to have to break it down in just a second because it's 3 dead. RyaNoob's going to be your last player in blue. Unbelievable from Renegade. He picks up the double kill as well. Renegade, let's not forget, in Yard BR was your first spawner, and with the thrust, he held off the 1v2 to maintain yard control, and he has stayed alive this entire time off of the next rotation as well. They're about to tie up the game.
Yeah, now you see Gen.G really struggling. They look like they're giving this one up. They want to try and control the blue side and the snipe side of the map for where this next hill is going to be going, but Renegade wants to force them out of here. He does not want to give them easy spawns. He does not want to give them access, but with a couple of kills being traded, he steps back in. Will tie the game up at 1-1, and Lqgend has got that next shock rifle as well. As Formal picks up the double kill thanks to the damage coming in from that shot from Lqgend.
And his 3 dead yet again. Optic Gaming is heating up. Let's get into an Optic listening.
I can see your fighter, man. I can see your fighter. Watch John, try to try it.
Camo's up, Camo's up.
Two soda, man.
They're both playing from out. 3 guys there.
Three right.
One goes up and one Camo and one.
2-1 camo.
This Camo
On the awning, Camo on the awning.
It's Camo market.
Go snake by weak. Snake by.
Make my dead.
Spawn fast.
One's fighter, I think. One's on side.
He's market Camo.
He's dip on each.
One.
Bottom six.
And blue on Sabri.
Yeah, bottom six Camo. Yo, hotel with Camo.
Nice, Sabri.
Yo, Camo's hotel right now. Camo's hotel.
2 dead, guys.
Camo's hotel.
3 dead, last guy.
He's dead.
We were missing 1, or?
Yeah, he's just 1 yard. He's 1 yard. Go back to slime.
Go spawn.
And blue weak.
Two blue. One back blue weak.
We have a big lead in this hill.
2 right, not 2 right. Weak. 2 there. They're gonna be on your nest, man. Gonna be on your nest.
Top side, Brian.
One's nest.
Truck the hill around. Try to kill the guy blue. 2 guys
Nice, 2 dead.
last 2 by hill.
Two quick. Go on.
And blue.
Nice, guy.
Nice. 2 dead.
It's 1 yard.
Nice, man.
Running loop, probably.
That's one.
You got a hill. One's loop right now. 1 loop, 1 yard. Get out of hill, yeah. 1 loop, 1 yard. Blue going soda surge right now, and then 1 going yard BR. Or like top gold maybe.
There's soda?
Take bottom in.
Probably
Soda 1.
Jump.
Try soda.
Be flatter, big flatter.
2 guys soda.
Remember.
One shot green stairs. Two soda.
Yeah, and dip.
Watch that hill.
Got guy.
Wow, the comms is going to be Optic Gaming who get the second point on the board now, the second hill in their favor. They will now be up 2-1, having turned this game around.
Really nicely done. Also, just love the style of the comms coming in there. Really not panicked, just full game control. You can tell it, you can feel it in the communication as well. By the way, Formal is 16-8. Last time we checked in with the scoreboard before the listen-in, he was about 7-4. So the man is on an absolute tear here. He's double positive.
Be 2 dead again here for Gen.G, trying to force their way into this hill again. The brute force is not working for them. They're sending multiple numbers, trying to just overwhelm the players from Optic Gaming. Their bait and switch in Optic here is so good that it feels like they just have 2 bandits traced onto every single player that's trying to push in from Gen.G.
Another thing to point out there, if you've played enough Halo Infinite and competitive Halo, you just really appreciate it. All the little small talk there from Lunchbox during that listening as well. Feels like this team is back at home with him behind them.
Renegade
showed last tournament, showing now as well.
Yeah, Renegade gets the next shock rifle as well, and with the camo as well, it should be able to go to work here. 2 dead on either side. Gen.G are inside of the hill, but that beautiful bank grenade coming in from Renegade just sets him up for a multi-kill here. If he can find common, he can get the jump on Breakingshot.
I was going to say, he's going to get one of them.
He can make something happen, and like you say, you knew he was going to get at least one.
Anyone else 1v2ing there has a very good chance of getting taken down before they get the shot off, but with him walking in, you're like, all right, he's going to kill 1, he might kill 2, but he's guaranteed the first shot.
Well, Formal steps back inside of that hill. Optic might be going into a 3-1 lead in a few moments' time. KingNick is trying to pressurize Formal, but Formal wins his fight again, which takes him to 21-9.
This is freakish. I'm not going to lie. He shouldn't have numbers like this on a main stage match.
21-9.
I'll just go ahead and say it. Yeah, if you thought this Optic Gaming roster maybe had already peaked last event, you might want to think again. They're looking better than ever and showing up in a huge way. 3 dead for Gen.G yet again. Make it 4 dead as Renegade picks up a triple as well. Everyone on the team at least positive. Lqgend here going to be even with 9 assists, but 21-10 is crazy for Formal.
Optic 50%, 60% of the way.
Enemy team nearing
to cap in this next hill as well.
Too easy.
2 minutes left on the game clock, and Gen.G only have 2 players alive on the map at the moment. Optic Gaming have all 4, 2 of them stacked inside of that hill. Formal nice and close as well. Bound gets the kill, but it'll be Renegade who stands inside of the hill, uncontested, to capture it here for Optic Gaming and put them 1 up in this series.
Well. Quite the opener for Optic Gaming on the main stage, and as we said, the crowd here has only gotten bigger and bigger, and now I think when they see something like that, they're like, maybe we'll stick around for this series, actually. And we can't blame you. What a start for Optic Gaming.
certainly what the crowd would have wanted to see, right? That kind of dominating performance. I mean, especially with Gen.G getting out to a pretty hot start in that game as well. Remember that they were up 1-0 right at the start of that game, but as soon as Optic started to find a bit of rhythm, started to find a little bit of control, and most importantly, I think the first time they got 3 or 4 dead, it felt like Optic were in complete and utter control of those hills moving forward. Looking at the stats you can see on your screen right now, like you say, even Lqgend managed to get into the positives in those final moments, going +1, but it's the formal show, 21 and 10. 9 assists as well.
So by the way, he's
second most assists on the team.
Yeah, second most assists on the team. 2 assists away from like a royal flush there in terms of most kills in each category. Excuse me, best stat line in each category. Take a look at some of the damage as well. Unsurprisingly, it's formal crusting 5,600.
Not bad. Not a bad first performance from a man who was extremely happy. Happier than I think I've ever seen him after that last event win.
He brought the smiles here today too.
He certainly did indeed, and he was understandably feeling pretty happy to how he started the game as well. Some beautiful headshots with that shock rifle to just get himself comfortable back on this main stage. Renegade as well, continuing what he does best. A couple of multi-kills coming in from him, but it's little things like this from Renegade that are so frustrating. 2v1 scenarios that he just comes out of with a kill, at least a minimum of a trade.
That play from Bound as well. Bound was last player alive jumping off S3, wins a really nice 1v1 to get his team back into it. Also can't give enough credit, like I said, on that second hill to Renegade. He's in a 1v2 with just a thrust, a prayer, and a palm tree, and somehow comes out to hold Yard the entire time, and his team never loses control of Yard as a result. 1v1s like that, and at that time he was about 4-4-3. You would never know what he had just done from the stat line alone. But when you look at Optic Gaming, all 4 players are capable of moments like that. As you said, Mark, they did not look back after the first hill. They close it out 4-1. Next up, Slayer Recharge. Interesting
to see how Gen.G approach this next game type as well, because historically we've seen Slayer Recharge probably being one of the slower Slayers that we do have in the suite of game types here on Halo Infinite. You can kind of split the map 50-50. You can play around the power-ups. You can play around that shock rifle that's going to be available as well. As we take a look at the Slayer stats, I mean, everything's leaning the way of Optic Gaming, as you would imagine. 14 and 7 in Slayers, and we were talking a lot about Slayers before this tournament, and it was where Optic really excelled back in Arlington.
Without a doubt, coming in, it's also the game type they were the most worried about, the most concerned about. Scrim results not looking the best. And man, did they ever turn around their slaying record as the tournament went on. You could really track their entire tournament trajectory through the elimination bracket, through how they were playing the Slayers, as we said. Losing both Slayers against Shopify and Arlington in round number 1. They failed to drop another Slayer to them in Grand Finals 1 or Grand Finals 2, winning all 4 of those. Their Slayer game has turned around. They're going to look to continue that momentum here in game number 2.
Camo bottom middle for both teams to contest over off the break here, which is usually the focus of attention for everybody. One thing I will say about RyaNoob team, sometimes they cook up a very specific opening strategy for a very specific opponent. Well, Lqgend getting the first pick is going to make it very difficult to do anything. Lqgend gets the second as well, and even with the kill being picked up, it means that Lqgend, off the back of his 2 kills, quite rightfully so, gets himself a little present. The camo will be his.
Looks like the first one, about to run into a whole lot of traffic though. Unfortunately, finds himself in 2v1. Didn't really know it was a 2v1, so that camo will be burned. However, regardless, 4-2 off the opening for Optic.
Just a 1 kill difference, but the shock rifle goes into the hands of Renegade, a man who, understandably, tournament MVP back in Arlington, tracked Optic down through, I should say, from the depths of the elimination bracket through some really tough series. He finds one, he turns it into 2, and now he grapples up because he wants some more.
Beautifully done. I mean, look at the way he's able to move around this map. Still no damage taken. That is not easy to fight a 1v2 out of top control, but somehow manages the micro and the mechanics to get away with both of them and his life.
Renegade at the moment is just asking where are Gen.G, because he's flying around the map trying to find opportunities to hit some more shots. But now that he gets presented with one, you knew he wasn't going to miss. Oh! A double kill for Renegade. KingNick's going to challenge. Takes one in the shoulder.
Finally taken down, and man, with plays like that, I've got 2 thoughts. First of all, Gen.G should feel very lucky it's only 8-12, and second of all, it feels like Renegade's going to put on another highlight reel of a weekend if he keeps this up.
Optic really picking the pace up at the moment. Breakingshot gets away for just a second there, but eventually it'll be Common who's taken down. Renegade gets a triple kill. Casual. Another one. 2 in 2 games for him. And at the moment, the pace is so high that you're flipping between POVs and it's just a highlight everywhere you go.
7-2 opening there. Nice shots here, though, from Breakingshot as he picks up. They try to keep Common alive with Camo. He gets taken down, though. So just like that, it's 14-18. So
It was 3 dead momentarily there for Optic, so a chance at least for Gen.G just to get a little bit of space on the map here. Just gather their thoughts, catch their breath a little bit. And RyaNoob will find the first kill in this team fight as he takes down Bound. Now, even though we've seen these highlight plays, the score's pretty close between the two. 18-15, just a few kills, make it 2 now.
yep.
Between the two, and Common on the flank here, trying to find that kill onto Lqgend. Breakingshot will beat him to it. Bound, gonna be trapped in the tower. He's low shields as well. Bound somehow gets that kill onto Common.
Yeah, nicely done there with the nades. Honestly, a good mind game between Common and Bound just now as Common knew the nades were coming. Tries to tiptoe around him, is unable to do so. But like you say, Gen.G has done very, very well to keep this game as close as it is. Still a 3-kill game here at 21-18.
Great cover 5 there from Optic Gaming to keep Bound alive in that situation. It felt like he was initially in a really sticky spot where he was looking for a sticky grenade to maybe look for a trade, but then having run out of grenades, survivability was enough. Thanks to the cover fire coming in from Optic, Renegade's got a shock again. No surprise we go to his POV. RyaNoob finds it out. There's one. As the lead now extends to 5 here for Optic.
Gen.G put up a really good fight in this series. Renegade at the same exact doorway. You can't kill him there. There is a no-kill boundary for Renegade. At the edge of the top control overhang, he will not be taken down. And just like that, all it takes is another set of plays from Renegade for the game to get blown wide open. What was just a 3-kill game is now an 8-kill game, 28-20.
One of those moments where you're on Gen.G, you think you've done absolutely nothing wrong. You're shooting a guy, he's running away, he's got no shields, and he just blows your head off. It's as simple as that. It's just brilliant from Renegade in those individual moments. Bound finds another, and now we are seeing that lead start to extend and get out of hand here. Optic are up by 9.
They're ornamentally hanging the bodies from the rafters now in the doorways. It's getting a little bit celebratory on this side. As you said, a 9-kill game. And Renegade still just patrolling with the last bit of shock ammo.
He's got enough shots in the chamber here to certainly do some more damage to Gen.G. The camo was available. Not sure if it was picked up by a member of Gen.G or if it was burned bottom middle. But Optic seem to be playing close enough to each other that they don't want to risk, if that camo wasn't burned, being a problem for them. Renegade not quite connected this time. And it's a really, really strong push actually from Gen.G. That was 4 dead from Optic.
The timing was insane. By the time we saw Renegade get taken down, he'd already lost 3 teammates, and they perfectly collapsed on him. On the tough angle, mid-bridge collapsing on A door is not really the most typical you'd see for the final kill, but they do pick it up, and just like that, it's only a 5-kill game.
Need to make the most of this situation though, and they don't. Give me Renegade and Formal who get the first kills. That's 3 dead on the side of Gen.G now, so make it 4. Staggered spawns now coming in, and split spawns more worryingly here for Gen.G. 2 players trapped in the pipes, and there's 3 Optic players flying towards them. There's 1, there's 2, and the other 2 players from Gen.G spawning all the way across the map. An Optic, if they want to at the moment, can fly across as a 4 and just collapse.
That was clinical. The collapse coming in, as you said. What was just a 5-kill game is now an 11-kill game again. Great response off of the respawn from Optic Gaming. And they don't even give Gen.G not even an inch nor a moment to get back into this game. Another double kill from Formal. He's 9-6 with 10 assists.
He's 9-6, but it's Renegade who's 15-5. Plus 10 in this game. Lqgend finds 1. RyaNoob and Common will be in the death screen. KingNick might be next. Here for Gen.G as Renegade is hunting him down. It's 16 now for Renegade. And it's only 3 to go for Optic.
And not surprisingly, a big green wall chant. I'm sure you just heard it there erupting in the arena as well. They're 3 kills away from closing out game number 2.
Shock rifle coming up as well. Renegade's going to be able to grab this one.
Why not,
I think
right?
he
Why
might
not?
want to finish this one off in a little bit of a way to remember. Gets the camo. Immediately holds forward. He wants to find shots to take. Breakingshot. KingNick in front of him, but the grenade damage is big. But it will be Lqgend who moves in and gets that final kill here for Optic. No show from Renegade in the final moments, but he certainly gave us something to watch in the first part.
And I think Optic fans, after that long off-season, this is the team they were expecting to see. Now, it might have taken a little bit of time before we got there, and let's not forget, pool play's not over. Neither is this series, but Optic Gaming currently showing that they picked up exactly where they left off. Coming off of Arlington, showing out here for the crowd at DreamHack.
Standing room only. In the room here for Optic and certainly being entertained by what they are seeing from the green wall right now. 50-38, the final score in that game number 2. Renegade 16-6 in that game. He looks across at Formal, says, good game 1, sir. This is what I'm bringing to the table in game 2.
Exactly, just a battle of trying to outdo one another. 12 assists for Formal as well, leading the entire game in that category. And it's a punishing 50-38 win. We take a look at some highlights from that game number 2, and you're right, Mark, it did play slow, but not slow in the way that Gen.G would have wanted. It was more Renegade's gonna hold shock at tower and elevator, and good luck pushing.
Yeah, I mean, some of these shots from Renegade, I mean, it was almost a surprise that he didn't hit that one. Yeah. That's the level that Renegade's been playing at very recently. That kind of shot usually connects to make the triple kill happen. But when Optic are playing this well, and that's the kind of shot, it's just like, I've done nothing wrong. I'm shooting a guy, I put him no shields, I'm backing down for the fight, and he still comes out with that kill. It's just phenomenal. Phenomenal from Renegade.
I know we joked about it, but there were multiple times in that game where you had the body hanging from the ceiling glitch at both top elevator and top control doorways. It was symbolic. Symbolic, just hanging the bodies of their opponents from the punishing doorways they tried to get through time and time again. Next up, Neutral Bomb Fortress, and Gen.G's gonna have to dig deep if they want to find any success in this series.
One thing Optic Gaming certainly did back in Arlington was improve on these new game types. That was a focus of theirs, especially in the series against Shopify Rebellion that we'd seen in the build-up to that kickoff major, where they had been struggling and certainly on the losing end of the majority of those game types, but they certainly showed a marked improvement, especially here on Fortress, in comparison to what we saw before the season got underway. And for Gen.G, they're going to have to find something special here. They're going to have to control those snipers, and I think they're going to have to stop Optic getting those overshields as well. Because if Optic get overshields with the way they're shooting at the moment, this could be a quick one.
Without a doubt. Greenwall fans, you just heard him in the building, you just saw him in the building as well. Loving what they have seen so far. And it really does feel, I think, Clutch and Lottie summed it up perfectly. It does feel like a different Optic Gaming coming into this event. There is a certain shoulders are dropped just a few inches, right? There's a certain relaxed confidence to this team that I think anyone watching can feel. As we said, it's going to be a long weekend of Halo, but in these games, in these listen-ins, take a look at the crowd here at DreamHack. As we said, packed house, great to have everyone here. In these games, in these listen-ins, you get the feeling that Optic is playing it just a little bit more confident and more relaxed, which spells even more danger for their opponents.
Makes your thought process a lot clearer when you're not dealing with that pressure of every single series, every single gunfight. Now it's just about playing the best Halo that you can, and like I mentioned, now that they've got the win, everyone's looking to how many, not can we. But they've got to get this series done first as we head over to the newest of the maps that's been added to the Infinite Suite. A little bit of Fortress here, 2 sniper rifles. If you haven't watched so far this season, you've got that bomb middle as well that you're going to have to take into the base, and Arm, and of course you got that overshield to play with as well.
Formal just picks up a double kill off the opening there. He'll add 2 to his tally for this series, an ever-growing number. Runs into KingNick on the elbow. Let's see how he manages this one. And trade the KingNick will be happy to grab. 2 dead for both sides. It's going to be Renegade here with his snipe, and here he goes.
Bomb.
RyaNoob again peeks, tries to make the shot as difficult as possible, and manages to do so. I did not even see it coming! But I certainly saw RyaNoob, and so did Renegade. What a run that is from the Optic Gaming man.
That's why I said, here we go. It was guaranteed to happen. Now he's going to look for even more here on the spawners. They're going to toss bomb bottom base. They know they need to slay just a little bit more, but I'm excited to watch the rest of this show. I love this show.
Sit back and enjoy it. Doesn't matter how many times you watch it. Renegade, when he's on fire, is difficult to stop. Optic still trying to move that bomb in towards the base at the moment, but Renegade is not only hitting bodies, he's hitting heads, and Gen.G 4 dead off the respawn. Breakingshot the first, I would say, in the most brave to challenge!
Come on.
But maybe the most stupid to do so as well.
Unbelievable. The bomb doesn't arm, but the show continues. 3 still dead. He might have to run in. Let's see.
I'll do it myself.
You know what, guys? I'll take this one.
Renegade kills everyone. Renegade goes for the bomb arm as well. He's going to almost get it. But for all the good work that's been done, Lqgend is going to have to touch that bomb, and somehow Gen.G is stopping this happening.
They've stopped it. Formal will get taken down. Bounds a spawner. So that bomb will get tossed out. Keep an eye on bottom middle here, as you're going to see another overshield come into play, but What a show from Renegade. He goes 6-1 off the opening. However, as you say, it does not result in an arm. RyaNoob, I think, might also sneak away with an overshield here. Yes. So all of a sudden, what felt like an indisputable lead for Optic Gaming actually is going to keep us neutral, and now a slight opportunity and advantage for Gen.G.
I'm sure Renegade's just like sitting there going, can someone just on the bomb? Someone on the bomb, I'm just killing everything. Unfortunately, shows how this map works sometimes. You've got to do a lot of heavy lifting sometimes to get that bomb armed. As the bomb will be reset now to bomb middle. Gen.G, you have to give them a huge amount of credit, even though they were on the receiving end of some disgusting quick scopes coming in from Renegade. They were able to hold and stagger those spawns just about enough to keep a presence on the map to stop that bomb going in.
I agree. I think you have to say Optic Gaming played a lot of that right. It's much more, as you had mentioned, a factor of the game type than it was Optic Gaming making specific, say, team shot decisions, timing decisions. It was much more about simply just how difficult it can be to arm in this game type, regardless of just how much you've slayed. Renegade's like, I will take that as well, and tries to stay alive with his knife. Not going to be easy here.
This is the Gen.G sniper as well, so it's important that Gen.G managed to shut him down, because it's one thing going up against one player from Optic who's got a sniper rifle. You can't give him two. Double kill here for Bound, and Lqgend has a sniper rifle himself. Bound turns his attention now towards that bomb. Knows there's one player to deal with bottom middle. KingNick!
Chance.
That's a really important win from him. Renegade finally cleans it up. 9-2 for him, but Gen.G frustrating Optic a little bit here. It feels like they've been controlling the game for 99% of it, but they just can't get that bomb on.
Lqgend tries to put on a show himself. He'll eventually be taken down in the bomb. I agree. Formal now sniping as well. We get to see a little bit of a formal show. We'll see what he can do with the rifle. 6 shots left to his name.
Uses the bandit first. Gonna back away smartly here to not only avoid the grenade, but make sure that he's keeping that sniper rifle in the control of Optic Gaming. A couple of seconds until that next overshield comes up. Remember, Gen.G managed to steal it away last time, but with the kills going in the favor of Optic here, it will be Formal who moves in. We'll get that overshield, and they will move that bomb forward. They're going to leave Common here. They got that call out where he was. They know where Common was in their base, but they're going to try and force this bomb instead.
Formal does not go porch right away. They look to Slay to make sure they get the kills. Maybe there would have been an opportunity there to throw the bomb porch as he slayed. Instead, going to look for some more kills.
It's almost a horrible spawn.
Gosh.
And maybe it will be a horrible spawn here. KingNick not going to be able to survive here on the front of the base. Perfect shots coming in from Formal. RyaNoob trying to be a frustrating opponent. It's a double kill here for Formal. He'll turn 3. 2 dead here for Gen.G, but where is that bomb? Optic still can't get it armed.
Bound picks up another one. Essentially, that's 4 dead. So Bound tries to fly into the elbow, pick up a few more extra kills, but they're now going to have a few more spawners coming out on the BR side as well. No problem. Bound's going to pick them up before I can even mention them.
Surely, Optic now move in.
4 dead.
As it's 4 dead for Gen.G. Bomb does not get reset. Bound will grab it. RyaNoob first up. KingNick is alive as well. The grenades will come in. Is there the support here? Finally to get that bomb arm.
Should be right
run
here.
it back in. The fuse is still lit.
Surely.
Formal grabs it. Formal arms it, and Optic will finally be up by 1.
Look at the slays that were required. Take a look at the kill category for the side of Optic Gaming. 17 for Formal, 16 for Bound, 13 for Renegade, while Lqgend has 11 assists to arm the bomb once. Gen.G putting up a very good fight, but they now trail 1-0 with 6:40 left.
It's a lot of kills. It's a lot of kills on the side of Optic. And how this game time works, sometimes you only need to sneak that ball through once, sneak that bomb through to the opposition's base once, quick 4 dead, and you get a sneaky bomb arm. With 2 dead once again. It's going to be Lqgend moving that bomb to a frustrating position here as the overshield is coming up for both squads.
Rochelle popping right now. Looks like Formal might have grabbed and stayed alive, and with the help of... Oh my! Did not pop! Did not pop. Goes for a late pop on the overshield and pays the price. KingNick's going to brain him and steal the overshield as well. And what felt like it was going to be a very clear Optic Gaming advantage now goes to Gen.G momentarily.
6 minutes left in this game for Gen.G to find a way to get that bomb towards the Optic base. KingNick set up here on the sneaky, trying to find some angles, but it's Formal in the basement, who manages to slow down this push. Nice little beatdown coming in after the no scope from KingNick. They need to link more kills together, and look how difficult it is to find an Optic player without a couple of bullets being peppered in from one angle. Optic doing a great job of providing each other with coverage.
Still blown away by that sequence. You really don't see Optic make kind of timing mistakes like that. 2 dead here for Optic momentarily as Formal tries to connect with a bit extra. Exchange the shield break with Common. And win the battle in the end.
Just about to highlight here, but everybody, you're not reading that wrong. Formal is 23-8.
And they lead 1-0.
With a bomb arm. Playing some pretty good Halo.
Unreal. And like we said, that's a lot. If you're new to this game type, maybe you haven't seen the Halo Infinite yet, or you're swinging by the arena here. It really is a matter of this game type being very specific recipe and ingredients in order to get the bomb arm. And they're doing everything they need to. 3 dead, however. Formal's your last player alive momentarily. He will fall. It's 4 dead. So an opportunity here for some pressure from Gen.G. Keep in mind, still 4:40 left on the clock.
Renegade gets an important kill inside of his base, though. Just going to allow the rest of Optic Gaming to get back onto the map off the respawn. Bound to find another one as well, and they know where RyaNoob is here. They're trying to... He's trying to pressurize the Optic spawners, but unfortunately for him, everywhere else, the kills are being picked up by Optic Gaming members, and now he finds himself last alive. And I mean, what do you do in this position if you're RyaNoob? You're just trying to survive, trying to create an opening, trying to get a pick from somewhere, but in the meantime, Optic are leaving you there. They're moving that bomb in towards the base.
The Renegade here going to be happy to trade. Also repulses the bomb into Lqgend. Lqgend should be able to finish this one here, especially with the deaths on the board. Yes, indeed, it's perfect. And it's much easier here for Optic Gaming. They grab the overshield, the repulse. They send the bomb in. It's a 2-man show in the back of the base. They now lead 2-0.
2-0. Let's RyaNoob there. Decided, don't worry, we'll take the 4v3 on your side of the map. They run that bomb in. It's very, very comfortable for them. And now they're 1 arm away from closing out not just this game, but the series in a dominant fashion.
Oh,
Renegade, yeah, just look at the player count.
Meant to play the ball.
He didn't mean to do.
Meant to play the bomb.
Some of it, yes. No.
Cuts to congratulations, you played yourself. He's off the map, but not to worry. The 2-bomb cushion and all the work they have done, which is presented on the top right side of your screen for all of us to witness, will give them the cushion to not worry about moments like that. 3:28 left in the game. RyaNoob trying to get a sneaky arm here. They do have presence in the back of the base. Let's see how these kills go. Going to be finally the kills traded out, but 2 dead for Optic Gaming. This could still get dangerous.
Be dangerous, but looks like they're starting to collapse in here. Bound's going to move that out. RyaNoob was the last player alive on that side, so Breakingshot first spawner all the way across the map at the moment. Optic will be able to move that bomb back towards the neutral part of the map. And Bound finds himself with a sniper rifle. He's probably thinking, I didn't realize this thing was on the map, because everybody else has been braining for Optic Gaming when they've had it.
He gets absolutely swarmed, though, from not just distance, but also close up. Common also finds himself in a 1v2. 2v2 on the map momentarily. Formal tries to stay alive back base.
The pressure here coming in from Gen.G. A little bit of a late rally from them. Bound narrowly avoids the no-scopes coming in from Breakingshot, and off the back of it picks up a double kill and gets that sniper rifle back in his hands. 3 dead here for Gen.G. Bomb down bottom middle, and wouldn't be surprised here to see Optic start moving it, especially now that they've grabbed out a next overshield as well.
Yeah, Bound now still has 3 shots left and a full overshield. He's gonna, oh my, back of the neck connects.
Oh!
And a second one as well.
Gonna turn around on the Breakingshot as well. Breakingshot's trying to survive, but he gets bodied, he gets cleaned up. It's a killing spree, and 4 dead for Gen.G as Bound shows just the insane amount of talent that is on this Optic Gaming team.
He says, my turn. By the way, I'm giving him a triple on the technicality. It felt like it was,
That's fair.
Felt like it was close enough. 30 kills, by the way, for Formal, and 31 for Bound in this game so far. We are now at the 2-minute warning. Optic Gaming will continue slaying as they still lead 2-0, what feels like a victory lap for them here in this series.
Certainly does indeed. KingNick will be another victim here for Formal, who breaks 30. 31 and 15 for him. Bound 32 and 19. Renegade slowly trying to catch him up. 21 and 15. Again, still an incredible stat line. Lqgend 15 and, by the way, Lqgend is 15 and 17 in this game. He has 18 assists.
18 assists.
That's insane.
Double the assists of anyone on the other team. The highest members.
Anyone in the game.
Not anyone in the game, because look at Renegade's
Look at Renegade.
assists.
Okay, he got it. Fair enough. Maths has never been my strong suit
I was
before.
gonna say, you really
He's
tried to-
showing
you
what
really
his
tried to
strong
take
suit is here at 31 and 15.
1 minute remaining.
As we get into the last 60 seconds, and like you say, it's quite simply a victory lap now for Optic Gaming. As long as they can keep Gen.G away from that bomb, keep slaying out, they will be taking this series 3-0 in a fashion that will, I think, certainly make everybody else in this tournament stand up and pay attention.
I'll tell you what else, other pro players in the building who are having their stats tracked are thinking, can this game end already? Because this is completely inflating the padding of the stats for the side of Optic Gaming. Everyone at Halo Data Hive, as well as Buffer Stats, are going to have a lot of new stats to track. And Bound, of course, gets the timing in the killing spree. 25 seconds left on this lap.
I think Gen.G are probably the first team who will want to say, can we end this game right now? Because Optic are just spawn killing them over and over and over again. I need 10 more seconds for them to have to subdue themselves to this here, Gen.G. And it will be Optic Gaming as another perfect comes in here for Bound. He's 38 and 19. And finally, Gen.G will be put to bed and Optic Gaming will celebrate a 3-0 series victory.
The Green Wall debut on the main stage, and they made it a good one. A lot of fun to watch, and as we said, you don't really usually see stat lines of that nature on a main stage matchup. A lot of extra stat padding coming in. We almost got to 40 bombs for 2 players, as those handshakes will also be exchanged in a victory lap fashion. They'll just go, that's the first time I've seen someone go all the way around to the front of the booth.
But
bus when you have momentum, Mark, you have momentum, and you just hold forward and you just keep going. They were not going to turn around and go back to their booth. They were simply going to fly around and take a G-slide back to their side of the stage.
And good news for everybody who's an Optic fan out there in the crowd right now. Of course, Optic will be back on the main stage a little bit later against TSM. Another opportunity to watch Optic Gaming, and that might be a little bit more of a test. That TSM team who has caused so many upsets throughout history. But these are the stats from the game that we just saw. What's your favorite one? Your favorite stat?
For me, it's really got to be, I tell you what, it's those big numbers coming in all the way here. 38-19 for Bound. Formal will probably say his numbers are a little bit better, with a KDA of 1.0, slightly better. But I tell you what, amazing numbers across the board from all of Optic Gaming. It was incredible game management, and that second arm just let them get a little bit too comfortable on the map.
It certainly did. I think just get that first one was a little bit of work, extra work had to be done to get that one in, considering the insane snipes that were being hit by Renegade, but they finally did get it in as we take a look at the damage stats. Bound, wow. I mean, again, Formal and Bound have their own little battle. 9.5k for Formal, 9.3k on the side of Bound.
And interestingly, Bound with more kills on the board, right? Formal wins the damage battle, as you said. A pleasure to watch those two going back and forth of who can outdo one another, because it essentially guarantees very, very good games. The Green Wall goes brick by brick, 3 in a row, 4-1 King of the Hill Solitude, 50-38 Slayer Recharge, and 2-0 on Fortress Bomb. A very, very comfortable win from them, and even more comfortable than their prior Gen.G series in Arlington.
Two people who are looking very comfortable watching that, Lottie and Wes. Here on the sofa, that was quite the performance there from Optic Gaming.
Yeah, honestly, easy looks from Optic there on the main stage. They honestly just kind of picked up where they left off in Arlington. That's foot on the gas, has not left since. I think even in scrims as well, looking really, really good. But what a statement to make against Gen.G there on the main stage, making sure things don't happen again like they did in Arlington pool play. Looking very, very strong. I will say something that is pretty scary this early on is not only is Renegade just doing Renegade things, Wes, right? You know, we expect that of the kid, right? He picks up a sniper, he can hit every single shot with every single bullet. But the likes of Formal going off this early on in the tournament, just studding on everybody, looking so good, as well as Bound. I think a lot of these guys are really finding their flow now. The comfort is coming across the screen, and that's a really scary thing to think about if you're competition.
Yeah, you saw the best player in the world, Renegade, in the tournament he had at the first major this year. Well, just think about how good this team can be when Bound finds his flow state, when Formal's on fire as well. I mean, it's hard to win a tournament without everybody being on fire, but it seems like this Optic team can play even better than what they did last event. And I mean, Bound's stats that last game were insane. The fact that he took 8,000 damage while also just dealing as much as someone like Formal did in that game. When you got 2 players on your team dealing 2,000 damage more than Renegade, you know good things are happening, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Green Wall is here to play this weekend.
Yeah, I think we're seeing like little pieces of flow state getting put together early on in the tournament, which is just dangerous, I think, in terms of the competition, because if this team gets into a flow state super early on, even by tomorrow, heading into the beginning of the championship bracket, then I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what some of these series are going to look like and how difficult this is going to get for anybody else facing them. Obviously, they have their eyes on the prize, and that is that trophy, that first place position. And I'm sure in terms of the journey, it's going to be through the winners side of things. And I think as well, Wes, you know, when you're looking at some of the stats, you may have noticed that Lqgend obviously didn't have quite that kind of outstanding superstar statistic line as the rest of his team have. But why is it so important that you have a player who is able to get the kill or pick up the pieces or do what needs to be done in terms of the route or playmaking style that really just puts things together objectively for the team?